Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus Ancient Gladiator today with just chatting. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, so it's been nice getting some projects finished lately. Quake 2, it was nice to go back to it, but I'm so glad I'm done with it. The Witcher Enhanced Edition, which again, I'm glad I revisited that game, and that one I actually should finish. But there's a ton of games I want to finish. It's like, okay, what do I choose? And then there's the recent tabletop games, Eve card games, like the second Genesis, which I'm getting the other starter deck for that, hopefully soon, because I want to do I want to do a 4-player game with it, and Sonic the Hedgehog Crash Course. It was nice seeing that one again. And it's just a matter of, cool, I got to do all this stuff. What next? And I'm just in a bit of indecision. It's lots of things I can do, but what do I want to do? What's going to be fun? I still need to figure out what's I trying to accomplish with the Pillar show idea. You might have seen the animation preview, but I haven't really done anything else with that idea. I don't see any new tabletop games coming in anytime soon. I gotta watch my money on that. But the auction is in November. It is entirely possible I find something I want to have again. Fingers crossed for chaos in the old world. Anyway, let's see. There's all the games. I tried messing with Minecraft, seeing OBS fall to pieces while my computer is fighting for life. It's like, maybe featuring. Sorry about that. Maybe featuring Minecraft is not gonna work. That and skeletons are just giving me so much hell. What else? Yeah, games wise, it's between The Witcher, Halo, Half-Life, Morrowind. I try to play Civ 3 again. I'm gonna go back to Anarchy Online since I'm not playing WoW anymore. I want to come back to WoW at some point, but it costs money, and Anarchy Online's free, so that one I'm gonna have easier time coming back to. But more people are familiar with WoW, so there's not much of it. I don't know how many people are going to be curious about Anarchy Online. It's a game I gotta explore more of. Oh, then I've been playing Shadowverse recently. I need to find a way to get the phone to share that screen to my laptop to capture that in OBS. Excuse me again. Because they've been doing this Take-Two Grand Prix thing lately, which is cool. I always struggle with the Take-Twos because it's like, okay, if I'm not playing Bloodcraft, I'm gonna be at a loss for playing anything else because I'm focused on that one faction and I don't really think too hard about trying out the other ones. What else? There's always saying, even if I'm not the best at it, I still have fun with it, so I want to try more singing again sometime soon. It's just a matter of having the day to do it. What else? I have the cosplay shorts as an option. It has gotten very hot lately. For a while, it was just kind of wet with all the rain and stuff. It's cool that way. But it's starting to heat back up, which means if I'm going to do those at all, it has to be later at night. And I don't know, I might just hold off till later in the year. But at the same time, it's like maybe it's better if I just stick to having games as the shorts, just because there's certain issues I might run into. I think with regard to my channel, I'd rather just have games be the shorts. Just to keep things focused. My whole costume thing is my own experiment, and focusing too hard on that might take away from take the focus away from what I want the channel to be more about. I think that's the big challenge in general, is just finding the direction of what I want to do, how I want to do it, and just make the videos go that way. Yeah, just in general, and trying to take things a little bit easier. I probably don't want to do with any other game I get into what I did with Quake 2. I went too hard into that, and it just kind of burned me out a little bit, but I'm glad I revisited it, though. I don't think I'd ever consider revisiting the game if I wasn't on YouTube doing this stuff. So it's something positive to come from it. Yeah, there's other stuff to mess with. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the pillar show concept. It's like, I made my little preview video for that, and then I just left it behind. Shit. Yeah. I guess there's, I don't know, talking about what I like for it. Things I'm curious about. I guess if there's one thing I want to seriously consider, it's, as an idea, talking about how would I turn Quake 2 into a board game is the one thing I want to explore, because I like board games. I really like seeing how video games get turned into board games. And a lot of people, it's like, oh, why don't you just get the actual console and game or whatever? It's like, no, that defeats the purpose of why. I just like board games better, you know. Sometimes I don't have to worry about reacting quickly unless we're playing Fuse or some other game with a timer. I just take time to think about stuff. I'm really curious to see how some video games are going to get turned into board games from what I'm seeing come up in the news about Kickstarters and such for like Apex Legends and Call of Duty. I've never played either game, But I'm curious to see how they turn out as board games. And that was pretty cool when I found the Portal board game way back, and it came with a free code for Portal 2. And I got to play that and enjoy that, but the board game was an interesting idea. Yeah. There's some other video games I'd like to see as board games someday. It's hard to think of. I know for like one of my semi-finished ideas, I want to see how R-Type would be as a board game, but that was like under a different name, just to not trip over any IP. Yeah. There's like thousands of video games. And of them, I'm trying to think how many of them have been turned into board games. There have been see, there's Doom twice, in fact. Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft as well. World of Warcraft has had a number of tabletop adaptations. It's been interesting. Eve has a board game and a card game. We've got the Fallout board game. I've seen Bioshock Infinite as a board game and an Assassin's Creed. I never got either one, but I know they have existed. I have Horizon Zero Dawn. That was pretty expensive for getting a whole lot of expansions on top of the base game, and I still haven't done a whole lot with it. I want to paint the figures for those so much. And there's like kind of spiritual adaptation stuff, like Rock Band Manager is inspired by an old game called Rockstar Ate My Hamster. So it's interesting. Yeah, I just part of my love for board games is just seeing how many different approaches there are to it. There's a lot of original ideas and a lot of spiritual adaptations and a lot of licensed games. It kind of bugs me though when it's like, can't think of any creative ideas for it, so here's a themed chess set or another themed Monopoly set or a themed something or other. Although I admit I'm a little bit curious about the Metal Gear Solid Risk. I don't know. What else? I just want to take things a little bit easier and maybe ease back into making stuff again. I've been meaning to return to my stitching for a while. I've set up my tables to make the most of being able to stitch again, and I might just do a video out of that at some point. I have the big drawers of unfinished projects. There's one I started back in 2020 that ended up getting sidelined when I was wanting to do more VTuber watching instead of just listening while trying to work on my stuff. I've already brought it up in the Witcher video, but I still have this sewing book that I should look at that for some ideas. Um, you've seen my collection, you know that I like dresses and stuff. I want to figure how to best make pockets for some of them. I was getting some dresses from Hot Topic, and I noticed for like two of them, they had pockets, which I think is just freaking awesome. Because really, clothes should have pockets, for crying out loud. It just makes sense. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to doing more stuff in the future and just having fun. And I say, let's enjoy the journey together. So, thank you very much for listening. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing these little chat things much anymore, but we'll see what happens. Alright, we'll see you next time.